Hello everybody, Naughty Nana Dice. How's everybody doing today? All the way from that's right. Elbows up. Alright. So gotta talk to Donnie again today. Just saying. Cheers, dears. Always having a cup of tea with Nana today. I don't know what that man's on to, but maybe old Mussolini is sharing some of his stuff with him. I don't know. Donnie, you said the other day that if Canada becomes our 51st state, this would make all the tariffs and everything else totally disappear. Wait, what? What else do you want to disappear, Donnie? What's everything else will totally disappear? What do you mean by that? And then you said there would no longer be a northern border problem. Okay, just stop right there, would you? Just stop right there, you menopause moose knuckle. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. First off, there is no problem at the northern border. There's none. Even your own people are telling you that, but too thick. You're too thick, buddy. This is just all shit that you are making up in your narrow, demented, and extremely confused walnut-sized brain. Please, Madam Karma, I've been asking for a while now, could you please put in an express lane for the Mango Moose Knuckle and the MAGA administration that bows down to him? Please put in an express lane for these people. I mean, you know he's nuts. You tell everybody off camera he's frickin' miserably stupid. You tell everybody. I know somebody in your circle has got his measurements. And I think that out of all of those people, there's got to be one person, just one, that knows his measurements and can put him in one of those, one of those white suit jackets, you know, with the really long arms. I'm pretty sure this fella is crying out for help. He's nuts. Recognize it. You want an example? Okay, here's an example. He's now saying it's illegal to boycott Tesla because there's a lot of stuff going on up here in Canada. We don't like Teslas. We don't. There was some guy was so pissed off with Tesla that he drove it right into the friggin' drink and didn't care if he lost any money on it. Drove it right into the lake. It was priceless. So you're telling us in Canada, because we're all protesting out in front of Teslas and everything else. You're telling us that it's illegal to protest Tesla, and you seriously just spit that right out of your ass lips. You just spit it right out there. Seriously, Donnie. Ooh. So here you are doing a commercial. So there's Elon, there's you, the Mango Moose Knuckle, and Elon Snot Tot, all out in front of the White House, on White House property, posing with Teslas and doing sort of a commercial type thing to push up Elon's stock. The richest man in the world needs help with money. Are you kidding me? He's the welfare queen in your circle there. He's getting billions, like $35 billion a year from taxpayers' money. Yeah, you're paying to keep him and the snot tot going and traveling all over the place. Richest man in the world, and apparently it's supposed to be illegal to hawk products on federal land, much less the White House, the Hatch Act. But oh my God, he's violated it thousands of times. Vanki, his daughter Ivanka, she has the Goya beans thing. Remember that? Yeah, he mentioned that this guy's stock went up a shitload. I don't buy Goya beans because I find them too dry. They're not very good. But anyway, I digress. It's called the Hatch Act, and you violate it every chance you get, but nobody seems to give a shit. They just let you keep on doing it. Now, Tesla stock is dropping worldwide. I think it's down 50% yesterday. So I was watching Lawrence O'Donnell last night, and I think every independent news media, well, you know, the right-leaning ones aren't going to do this. But O'Donnell posted on his show last night, which was Tuesday, March 11th. He did a clip, and it was Trump, what he had to say about Tesla. This was just 2 years ago, October 16, 2023, and like a year before the election. He said, Tesla costs too much. They don't go far. Electric cars are good if you're a towing company. All this electric, it's terrible. It's sick. It's sick, I tell you. They don't go far. It's good for you want to go to the grocery store or take a quick little drive. You know, they say the best thing about electric, the first 10 minutes that you're in it feels great. Feels great. But for the next 45 minutes, you're wondering, how the hell am I going to recharge? How will I recharge? So it's a problem. And they don't go far. And yeah, very, very expensive. Very. And the other thing is, you'll never make them in this country. Because everything you need to make electric is in China. We have the stuff we need for cars right here. It's called gasoline and oil. And it's right underground. Right underground. The faster I do this, the more my lies are. The bigger the lies. The faster the hands, the bigger the lies. Yeah, and we're finding that out in these trade negotiations too, just saying. So, all Donnie is, if you think about it, he's like in a cracker box with a GPS, and he still can't find his way out. And then he says at the end of that commercial at the White House, I love Tesla. He couldn't even get the name right. And Buddy's standing right beside him. Elon and the snot tot standing right there. I love Tesla. So we don't want him doing any trade talks with us because the man's mental. He's mental. Ontario Premier Doug Ford raised the ante on Trump with a 25% surcharge on electricity going to 3 American states, on top of the 25% tariff. Because Trump come out and he thought he'd spout off and say that he's going to put a tariff on all aluminum and steel to 50% tariffs. 50%. So guess who blinked first? That's right, menopause moose knuckle. He blinked first, and all of a sudden, Canada's finance minister and his entourage that will be going, all the other economics people, along with Doug Ford, now have a meeting in Washington tomorrow, which is Thursday. So I just wonder, after Ford before he hung up the phone there, did he say, okay, sure, see you next Thursday? Just wondering. Just saying. We can tell you got nothing, Donnie. You know how we know you got nothing? Because you don't bring up the fentanyl anymore. You don't bring up the massive hordes that are coming from Canada and illegally crossing into the United States. You hear nothing about that anymore. Now it's just tariff wars, trying to make us your 51st state. And now you're on to the water rates, because apparently we have a big goddamn faucet up here that we just turn on that can just flow down to the States. Well, it's called the Kootenay River. It really is. And then it runs into the Columbus River, I think. But yeah, now you want to steal our water rights. There's already a treaty with this. But now you think nothing else is working, so let's throw this shit at the wall. But all you got is shit on the wall, Donnie. That's all you end up with, is shit on the wall. All you got is the same old tired bullshit about the invisible borderline. You actually said, like they sat there with a ruler, bing, bang, boom, bong, ping, pong, and made a straight line. No, you dumbass. Both Canada and the United States surveyed and measured every inch of the 9,000 square miles that we share and a border. It was surveyed, and they signed a treaty in 1908. You were trying to turn it back, but then it was ratified in 1910, 1925. And then it was called the International Border Commission is what we established between our two countries. Did the handshake and everything, Donnie. That's the way real people handle stuff. They don't threaten people. You're not a mob boss. You know what? If you were a mob boss, the word whack comes to mind. It would have happened years ago. But you bent to the mob and bought all their cement for your buildings. Just saying. For entertainment purposes only, I might add. Then, in 1909, we had a boundary waters treaty with the United States of America to protect both our waterways. So you keep yours, we'll keep ours. Just saying. And then there was the Safe Third Country Agreement, Donnie. It was signed in 2002. And who was president in 2002? A Republican. Think real hard. That's George Bush. Good. Where refugees claiming a status at the U.S.-Canadian border must make their claim at the first country they arrive in unless there's exceptions. The United States is the only country that is designated as a safe third country by Canada under the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act. But you are acting like an arsehole, Donnie. And I don't think we should uphold that agreement. I'm no politician, but I do have a right to my own opinion, and that's mine, that we shouldn't have to abide by some things. But our water rights and our stuff, we're going to stick to our end of the bargain because we're keeping what's ours, arsehole. You have what's yours, but we're keeping what's ours. We are. So you were talking about building a wall on the northern border. Have at it, buddy. Have at it. Maybe Bannon can raise some money for you for that wall before he goes to prison. Maybe, yeah, Steve Bannon can help you build that wall. But you know what? You're going to build that all on your own, Donnie. And you know who's going to pay for it? Not Canada. Not Canada. So think again on that one. Donnie, we have shared a beautiful, fruitful marriage since the Treaty of Ghent in February of 1815, ending the hostilities of the War of 1812. And it was relatively peaceful until you came along. And then you started acting like our cracked out maniac friggin' house squatter in the basement, and you start screaming at us, the nicest, proudest, peaceful, sovereign, free country, which is Canada. You start screaming at us, and we're supposed to sit there and just tolerate your tantrums? And you demanding allowance, like we're your parents or something? You demand allowance so you can show off to your ketamine-addicted sidekick, Elon Muscolini? Seriously? He's the biggest welfare queen out there. Jesus. Government handouts has nothing. And you're going to get rid of Medicare for poor people. Pfft, you're a piece of shit, Donnie. And then, now you're trying to tear up our mutual agreements that aren't even supposed to go to negotiations till 2016. And you're tearing up the friggin' economies around the world, but we're on to you and we're getting back at you. Ah, Donnie, come on now. What do you want us to say? You're not invited to our birthday? I'm sorry, that's really petty. Fuck it, let's go with that. It's the only language you understand, because you're a petty loser. That's all you are. And when you can't get your own way, you stomp, and then somebody has to pull your finger or something, I don't know. So, Donnie, right now, with Canada, it's elbows up, buddy. Elbows up. That's right. Elbows up. The gloves are off, and we're over the boards. Elbows up, Canada. Let's keep this riffraff out of our country, shall we? Naughty Nana loves you. Be good, be safe, and please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you. New people, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hangers on, ooh, love you to death. Love you to death. Take care of yourself. Be good. Maybe get in some good trouble. Just saying.